It's my pleasure to introduce Jon Hazilla and the Jon Hazilla Trio.
This is very intimate, so thank you. It's really great to be here, and thanks for being inside when it's really nice to be on the outside the first day of spring. So my two dearest friends, Berklee Cline on piano and Keala Kumeheiwa on bass, I call them Special K. You can applaud. We haven't probably played together in 10 plus years, anyway, I'm really excited, and I really trust them. That's why they're here. So it's interactive today. I'm going to talk about, start with ballads and go all the way to the end with Uptempo Cherokee. So if you have questions, please ask after each tune. I'll do my best to clarify. If that's not good enough, come see me for an office hour. I'm here Monday and Tuesday. Jeremiah knows I buy coffee and we can hang out and play brushes. So we're going to start with a ballad. Joe Lovano said, if I want to see truly how someone plays, I have them play a ballad. You're super exposed, you're naked, and drummers tend to want to overplay because the space between the quarter note is frightening. Kenny Washington also said no one plays true melody anymore, except for one person. He's not around, Stan Getz. When I lead the trio ensemble, piano players tend to embellish and do more of what's exactly written. So it's really important to adhere to the melody. And one final thing, I don't know, actually, can we dim maybe the lights that are on stage? Is that possible? Or maybe, oh, that's good. You're the best, thank you. Lyrics are really important. I was overly ambitious and I was going to learn the lyrics to When I Fall in Love, but that ain't going to happen. However, I'm going to read them to you. And if you haven't seen it, I highly, highly recommend the documentary Roy Hargrove. It's depressing, but he was a genius. And at the end of the documentary, he's sitting on the ledge and he starts talking about lyrics. Then he starts quoting lyrics from Gershwin and Cole Porter. Then he starts quoting poets. And he quoted one of my favorite poets, a Czech poet, Marie Rilke. So he really knows what he's talking about. So the first song, When I Fall in Love, let's do the head. Do you want to do a half chorus?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can pass on anything.
Okay. I lowered the lid. Is that okay for sound?
You're fine,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
might.
Yeah, I wanted to see Keala, but now I don't know if I see you.
Go ahead. Kind of, sort
Yeah, I
of.
can do this.
He's more important. How's this sound for you, okay?
It's fine, yeah.
And if you have a question, like I said, it's interactive, blurted out, otherwise I'm gonna move on. And I'm hearing compromise, so if I don't mumble, or I'll have to get in your face. Equally hard is slow bossa novas. You clip off the triplet and it's gotta be square eighth notes. So this is gonna be just about as slow with all that exposure. Just ahead.
Okay, okay.
Meditation, cool.
See?
Much better. One, two, two. Oh, good, sure. I might not see your hand either, but I did in this case.
How low volume is your feathering? Could you isolate it for a second, so like here, like?
I was hardly playing any bass drum. You can watch. Can we just play so you can hear it in the context? 1 and 2. Does that help?
Yes.
Anyone else? Oh,
What informs like how you interact with the melody? Like how do you hear where to embellish and where to engage with it? without like overplaying, I guess.
That's a great question, Keegan. I know we talk about this a lot. I mean, there's multiple things. It's first of all, it's never the same, right? You're taking in all this information. So I've got half an ear to Rebecca. I've got half an ear to Keala, myself. And you're always faced with choices. And I'm reluctant to, when we have lessons, say, this is what you should do. Because I've done similar things, and one time it was really well received, the next time it was terrible. And that's the hardest thing about improvisation. In theory, you never, ever play the same thing in the same place, in the same way, with the same people, right? So it's always shifting. So I think open ears with a hierarchy to the melody first, and knowing where you are with the melody.
That helps.
Anyone, yeah, I'm sorry. Dennison.
Yes. This was more of a question regarding the ballad, but I guess it also kind of applied to the slow bossa.
Sure.
Something you do kind of a lot that I'm kind of reluctant to incorporate is...
Oh, I can't believe it. I bet I know what it is, but please.
is when you're like doing the pattern and then you'll come off it for like 2 beats. I always feel nervous about doing that because I feel like it seems kind of awkward. Like if you go to the beach and suddenly the waves stop playing.
Keep going.
I don't know if your like idea of how the ballad stroke like should function, because I kind of always think of it as sort of like a drone.
Yeah, constant. Yeah.
I guess how you would kind of define its role that kind of allows silence to...
Okay, fair enough. I had a feeling you were going to say that. And I've had 1 or 2 other students mention that when they play in their ensembles and do something similar to what I do, the ensemble teacher said, don't do that, okay? It's awkward. Some vocalists I played don't necessarily like it either. I know Jeff Hamilton, for sure, and I'm old enough to disagree with him, and I really love him, insists that at one time there's got to be one brush at all times on the snare drum. However, I'm really trying to find my own voice, and I know very few people that do that, so that sort of pushes me in a little bit of a direction to want to do it because I don't hear others do it. I'm really comfortable with it. I love space. And the other thing, I meant drummers never, I go on rants with this, ever think of breath, right? But damn it, if you were a saxophone player and you played this beautiful 8-bar phrase and you were out of breath, what would you do? You would pause. So why not think like a different instrument? So that's my thinking. And if someone hired me and said, don't do that, and it happened once, I said, absolutely, I won't. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
We good? Actually, do you have any thoughts about that? Did you feel comfortable going back to the ballad or with the space or lifting your drum? And it's okay if you say what, just be honest. That would be helpful to them. Okay? No? Okay. Brett?
I was just a little bit self-conscious about not overplaying. Because you said, piano players tend to let me not do that. But nothing distracted me about what you played.
And it's always changing. I mean, that's my mood in spring. Those are beautiful tulips coming in, right? Growing, coming up. All right, next tune. Oh no, I think two feel. I want to go. I don't want. Back to When I Fall in Love, so harmonic rhythm the same, but
Okay.
I can't remember.
Keala. No, I'm just kidding.
Touche! What? We're loose. In my memory banks, did you play ping pong? Or like ping pong?
I have played ping pong, yeah.
Do you play tennis?
I used to play it.
Okay, let's stick with ping pong. So this is my vision for a two-feel. Like Kay and I are playing ping pong and bouncing it back and forth. And the thing about a two-feel is it creates a really nice tension before you walk. So let's just play the head and two and maybe the first four measures at the top, bust out and walk.
Okay.
Boom, beep, toe, beep, and full disclosure, I think this is a great stroke, but I'm also taking my brushes off the head, which I think really helps the group. A one, a two. This is almost every time Kay and I have gotten together, we've always played this tune, FSR for Sonny Rollins, but sometimes there's another take on that. Stretch out and you could trade or whatever happens.
Bass solo?
I'm sorry?
Bass solo?
First.
Yeah.
Any questions? Good? Okay. Who's next? Alice in Wonderland?
Sure.
So maybe head once, you want to trade a course? Okay.
Trade. Like,
Yeah, and I'm out. I mean, you and Kate, for something different. So next tune, Alice in Wonderland, 3/4 jazz waltz. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 2.
what is tipping?
What is tipping? Can we talk about that? That's what you said.
Yeah,
tipping.
yeah.
Literally. So, back in the South, when a gentleman would be walking by and see a very lovely woman with a carousel, he'd take his hat and he would tip and say, "Morning, ma'am," literally. And playing, it's nice and light on top, but you're not sacrificing the groove and the intensity, but you're also not in somebody's face. It's just this light swing kind of feel.
And I think the heads are doing like this.
Go
right?
ahead.
Isn't it like the audience, it makes the audience want to bop their head? Like a.
Oh, I never heard, but that makes sense too.
I think.
I got nothing.
You're a bass player.
Yeah.
Cool, did that help?
Yeah.
I don't think we were tipping on Alice in Wonderland, but anyway. We good? I really do appreciate the questions. Okay. I love pedals. Okay. To me, it creates a tension, but it's also a time to think about colors and textures. And there's different ways to play it. I like bringing out 2 and 4, which is usually what the bass player plays. And the time is still there, but it's a little mysterious. And also back to what like the 2 feel is, it creates a tension, but a different kind of tension. Whenever I hear a pedal somewhere, Kay did it, I was tempted, but I did not go with it. At the beginning of Alice in Wonderland, there are certain things that I like to do on that, but I didn't do that. So back to who asked me 20 minutes ago about making choices about what you play in the moment, that was a choice. Maybe next time I'll go with him, but I just played underneath him. So Secret Love,
Okay.
pedal 2 and 4, walk the bridge 2 and 4. I'll do 2 A's.
Okay.
Come in on the bridge, and I might still be going, I might not, haven't decided. You good? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Tipping.
Questions? Okay. Just a few more tunes. Back in the day, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years, we had a steady brunch gig. And I was just starting to play with hands. Wasn't very good then. I'm a little better now. And Kay used to hate playing with a bow. I don't know if that has changed. I'm not going to ask you to play bow, but this is really humorous. We made a bet, and I think it was the Jets and the Patriots. My memory's still pretty good. I'm almost positive. I forget, doesn't matter who won the game.
Well, I had
But-
a jig, so I know I lost.
No, I'm getting to. So the deal was whoever lost, the other one could pick what they had to do. So mine was play hands, and Kay was going to play bow. Anyway, I lost. So the freaking guy, he didn't pick an easy tune. He picked cute. And he just to twist the knife, it wasn't slow. So I ended up suffering. Thank goodness nobody was listening. I ended up playing hands for cute. So with that in mind, Rep, are you good with when Sonny gets blue in 5,
Sure.
like as a bossa?
Sure.
First solo, whatever happens, happens.
Okay. Yes.
questions? Oh, geez.
Jeremiah, I saw you first.
How do you pull the best sound using your hands out of specifically your rack and your floor tom? I find it can be a little painful sometimes. Like, how are you going about hitting your drums with your hands?
Well, I think, back to what I said 20 years ago, I've gotten better. When I was first doing it, I way overplayed, and my hands actually got a little swollen. So, and I was also doing a lot of rim shots with my hands, which is really stupid. I didn't really do that here. So I'm just more aware and can still, the sound pulling out, I've talked about this with brushes. There's a difference between playing into the drums and trying to pull the sound out. And with the hands, I'm thinking of pulling the sound out. I don't know, does that...
So is it more of a tap? Is it more of a harder motion? Like, are you really trying to get your hand into more of a ball when you're trying to make a stroke?
I think I would be much better if I took the hand percussion class and knew how to play conga drum or djembe. I have zero hand technique in relation to hand drums. I have the rhythm down, and again, Jeff Hamilton has been a really big influence, and a lot of the things that I do, even, I mentioned this, if you struggle with a brush pattern, we always put the brushes on the side, because this is much more tactile, right, and in touch. So, for me, that doesn't hurt, and before I used to do it with more of my hand, now it's just fingertips. That doesn't hurt, even if I go...
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, no, I see you, Keith.
Sorry, I
know.
think I really like when you're soloing. It's like there's a balance between like motivic development, but also like staying fresh. Like, how do you phrase stuff so that you're developing a motif and you have like singable phrases that you can follow, but you also like you don't get boxed into them either, I guess.
Can you believe these good questions? A student, yeah, bravo. What makes a good solo? If it were a piano player, a saxophone player, would really help to know the changes. I can't, subliminally, I know the changes. So for us, melody is really important. But if you go over solos, there's certain qualities of solos, regardless of instrument, that make it a great solo. Repetition. Repetition is really key, because if you play it once and it's gone, how do you develop it? So that's really key. Space. Back to playing brushes with space, right? That it gives credence to what was played before and what comes after, but with that space, you can expand or contract, so that adds to it. Dynamics, for sure. I'm always thinking of the human voice. Hey, how are you, man? I'm feeling great. Right? So it's like a conversation. And I'd like to say, this is a partial lie, I don't have any licks. I do, but because what happens if you have licks, and I think of piano players, you have no licks, but I just... and it's part of education. You see F minor 7, flat 9 or something, and you were programmed to play a certain thing, right? And anytime you see that chord, guess what? You play that certain thing. So it has nothing to do with the song. And there's a faculty member, which we all love. He did his doctoral thesis on Joe Lovano. Rick DiMuzio, and we used to have these engaged conversations. And Rick looked at me and I said, tell me something about it. And, your studies. He transcribed like 30 solos. He said, the freaking guy never repeats himself. And there's a reason, I should not repeat himself, but he doesn't have licks. Each solo is different, but still based on what I said. And I've asked this, do you know why that's true? And I'll bring in Jeff Hamilton in a second. How many melodies are the same in the entire world? Zero, even if it's a Balkan folkloric tune. So if you base your solo on the melody, guaranteed you're not going to be plugging in licks. And when I listen to Jeff Hamilton, I could walk in the door, hear a solo, and I know what tune he's playing because I hear the melodies that he's playing. I don't hear his licks, and he has very few licks. Okay?
Great.
Anyone else?
Yeah, a question about the like technical side. So, because I know from my experience, so when you started playing hands on drums,
Yeah.
so especially on the tom-toms, you need to lean forward the drums more, and for me, it bring like unbalance in my feet. So how do you cope with that? So
That's
some
a good question,
recommendations.
too. My first response, I try not to lean forward too much.
But originally, so when you're with sticks or with brushes, so
You have an extension.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
no, I get that part. I mean, you have to compromise. I mean, we're all different, and I mean, that's not really a far reach from snare to small tom. It's a farther reach from small tom to floor tom. So, and I try not, that's a valid point. I think I have pretty decent posture. So, I mean, if I have to go like that, then so be it to get the sound that I'm actually hearing. Does that, I don't know if that's.
No.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Funk. How the hell do you play funk with brushes? You can. No one's asked this, but I'm going to short circuit the question. Good to see you.
You're up to me, I think you're up now.
So I shorten the fan spread a little bit, so I get a pretty nice pop. That's a pretty nasty backbeat for playing brushes. So that. Cool?
Yeah.
You don't know what love is in 4? Just ahead. 1, 2. That was me. Okay. Last chance to ask some questions. Oh, geez, sorry I asked that. Okay, Dylan.
Is there ever a point where you turn your snares on? Ever playing brushes?
5% of the time. I just hate the color. Okay, random poll. Can we just play first 4 bars of what is this thing called? I'm already biased. 1, 2, Okay, now I heard that. I hate it.
Oh, what does this thing go? It's another love song. Sorry.
But
Okay.
man, that's got a pop. Or how about just a samba groove? To make something up.
Okay. What does this thing called? What? Sorry, now.
'Which you like better?
That was it.
Yeah, it's got personally. So.
But when would you do it then?
What, the snares?
Yeah.
Hardly ever. I mean, it depends. I mean, for this room, I rarely do it. I mean, that's a good question, Dylan, but I'm just so ingrained. Plus, the timbres of the drums and the toms blend really well with that. And again, I see orange and yellow and brown. As soon as I hear this, like, yeah, it's silver. It has nothing to do with the drum set for me. Anyway, yes.
I'm just wondering, what kind of brushes would you recommend?
I'll tell you what I wouldn't recommend. The Vic Firth white shite.
Those are what I have right now. They're
Oh,
very
I'm
stiff.
so sorry.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you. No. Okay. One is they're plastic,
Right.
and plastic feels really crappy in my hand. It's personal choice. So
Yeah.
whatever I say, and I'm highly opinionated, that's one thing. They're really stiff. So when I have to retract them, I have to spit on the actual. Yeah, I know. I did it. The brushes I use, which I was with Regal Tip forever and ever till they went bankrupt. And I have a love-hate relationship with their retractable 583s, and they made the Jeff Hamilton model, which I go through phases. So there are things I could do with the Jeff Hamilton brush that I can't do with these, and vice versa. So when Regal Tip went out of business, I panicked. Where was I going to get more Jeff Hamilton brushes? And I tracked him down to Innovative Percussion. They're out in Nashville, and they were really super supportive. And they make a Jeff Hamilton brush. So, and these are all basically the same. The Vic Firth Purple Shank are really nice. Vader are really nice. You're welcome to check these out after if you want. These are really nice. And I love rubber. I mean, it feels really good to me. The other thing, if you want to do cymbal swells, you can't do it with those, with the Vic Firth. And if you want to do silly tricks like, Clayton Cameron rim flexors or whatever, you can't do it with those either.
Yeah,
Not
even
that I'm encouraging you to do that.
Even the backs are thicker, so you can't even do,
Hey, Lars, I didn't see you in the back. Welcome back. Nikkei Rehnquist, my good running buddy and other things. Okay. Was there one other hand? Sure. Oh, Otto, Jesus. You snuck in.
Hiding. When you're trying to get like a short, articulate note with the brushes,
You mean in the groove or just
in general.
Oh, okay.
I guess specifically in the groove too, but and like when you're soloing as well, when you're trying to just get like articulate staccato notes, where is the contact point? Is there a contact point that you're focusing on within the brush when you're getting those notes?
What's the length of the note that you're trying to get? Is it like a staccato 16th or an
16th
eighth
note, 8th note, even quarter notes, as long, but just like, you know?
Well, I would say the brush is pretty close.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back, a lot of students tend to play into the drum, but there's different textures. Right, so that's kind of dirty in a good way. I'm using as a part of the rubber to help with the accents. It sounds totally different. Right, so that's got, I mean, Philly Joe, really open kind of poppy sound. So, and not that I consciously think of it, but I think it's so ingrained that when I do that, I'm thinking of pulling the sound out of the drum, and it just comes from muscle memory in doing that.
So it's
Okay.
almost like a flicking motion. Like
Yeah.
You're like a whip.
Does that help?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Any others? Okay. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Woo!
You don't know what it is. All right. Burning. Now remember, where'd we start? If you're the front row's been here.
Slow.
2, 1. Okay, this is where we're going to end up. That's a whole note. So let's do Cherokee. I want to look at you. Can you come up here? Just head once and comp a course. That's about all I have in me. But we'll see. And Otto, sorry, I'm messing up your microphone. Zup.
Oh.
I put one plug in.